Have you ever seen someone get rabies after being bitten by a dog? A truck covered with electric flame after touching a high-voltage wire? A plane covered in fire while attempting to take off? Or a truck tire exploding after being overinflated by a mechanic? To a fuel truck setting an entire highway into fire after it collided with divider? Today, we present some of the most unbelievable fails and accidents ever recorded on camera. While attempting to unload sand from the back bucket of the truck, the driver lifted it into the air, unaware that a high-voltage line was directly above. Unfortunately, the raised bucket came into contact with the power line, and the electricity was so strong that the truck was instantly covered in electric current. Realizing the danger, the driver quickly jumped from the cabin and ran to safety. This video looks like it's straight out of a Final Destination movie. After a truck carrying LPG gas, commonly used for cooking, collided with another truck, the gas began to leak and quickly spread across the area. Tragically, within minutes, it ignited, engulfing the entire area in flames. Just imagine what could have happened to the people inside nearby vehicles and those walking nearby. This video, recorded by a truck's dashcam, shows a plane crashing during takeoff. The impact caused a massive explosion, instantly engulfing the surrounding area in flames. During landing, the aircraft's landing gear failed to deploy, forcing the pilot to land the plane without wheels. The aircraft skidded across the runway, overran it, and tragically collided with a concrete wall. Upon impact, it exploded. Inside a factory, a malfunction caused gas to leak rapidly. Workers noticed the leak and began evacuating the facility for safety. Tragically, the gas ignited, and the entire factory exploded. At a construction site, a tiger somehow entered the building. The moment the workers saw it, the animal began attacking them. This video is a clear example of why wearing a seatbelt is essential. If the driver had been wearing a seatbelt, he would not have been thrown out of the car during the crash. Inside a factory, two workers were operating dangerously close to hot molten metal. During the process, the molten metal suddenly burst, sending sparks flying toward them. They were extremely lucky to escape the incident without sustaining any injuries. Watching this video, you might wonder why she is tied to the bed. The reason is that a little puppy she had rescued bit her. Unfortunately, she had not received a rabies vaccination, and a few days later she became infected. Rabies is a deadly virus that affects the nervous system, causing symptoms such as agitation, confusion, hallucinations, and unusual behavior. In the video, she is seen barking, growling, and acting like a dog, clearly showing the effects of the disease. The heartbreaking part is that this footage was recorded by her own mother, capturing the tragic reality of the situation. While this group of fishermen was preparing to catch fish, a massive tsunami suddenly occurred. Seeing the wave, one fisherman tried to untie the boat to save it, but the tsunami came too quickly, and he was unable to do so, losing his livelihood in an instant. Within seconds, their boat was swept away, In a desperate attempt to escape, they started running, but tragically, they too were carried away by the immense force of the wave. As soon as this worker reached out to grab something, his loose clothing got caught in a spinning part and was pulled in. He was extremely lucky, as he only lost his shirt. A worker on top of a roof was clearing snow with a shovel when, unfortunately, he slipped on the icy surface and fell to the ground. The fall looked serious. Seeing him lying on the ground, his friend immediately rushed over to help him. Look at this white car. It made a sudden turn without checking the mirrors. A truck was approaching from behind at high speed. As the white car turned, the truck took a sharp turn to avoid a collision, hit the divider, and tragically overturned onto the car, crushing it completely. Take a close look at the red circle. The workers forgot they were inflating a truck tire, and by the time they realized it, it was already too late. Sensing the imminent danger, they rushed into the house, and the moment they entered, the tire exploded, sending it flying more than 20 feet into the air. This worker was pushing a cart filled with cement across a narrow wooden plank. He managed to push it almost to the end, but due to a slight imbalance, he fell off. What do you think happened to him? Share your thoughts in the comments. This worker was cleaning a spinning rod with his hands when the rotating part snagged his clothing and pulled him in. Luckily, he only lost his shirt and avoided serious injury. While working on the opposite side, a robotic arm suddenly activated, pinning the worker in the process. The worker began screaming for help, and upon hearing his cries, nearby workers rushed to help him. Two workers were standing on a truck while another worker on the ground was attempting to load a heavy marble panel onto it. During the process, the marble panel positioned against the truck suddenly shifted and fell, crushing the worker on the ground. The nearby workers immediately took action, removing the marble panel. After a few minutes of effort, they managed to rescue him. While this heavy load was being lifted into the air to transport cement at a construction site, the supporting rope suddenly broke, causing it to fall to the ground. What do you think happened to the worker who was standing on it? This truck, carrying fuel, was traveling on a highway when it took a sharp right turn. The turn was so sudden that the truck hit the divider, causing the tank to roll over. The moment it overturned, it caught fire, resulting in a massive explosion that engulfed the highway in flames. Do you think the driver managed to survive the accident? One dog was sleeping while another was guarding the main entrance. From the other side, two dogs arrived and began attacking. Within seconds, 4 wolves joined in the attack. The dog tried its best to protect the area, but the number of attackers was overwhelming. Sadly, the wolves overpowered it and carried it away. While cooking in the kitchen, a steel bowl suddenly caught fire after overheated cooking oil ignited on the stove. The cook noticed the flames and attempted to extinguish them by blowing on the fire, but this only made it worse. He then brought a thin wooden panel and tried to put out the flames, but the fire continued to burn. In a moment of panic, he poured water onto the burning bowl. Instead of extinguishing the fire, the water caused the flames to flare up instantly, spreading rapidly due to the reaction between the hot oil and the water. While working, a massive steel roll unexpectedly started moving. Despite his efforts to stop it, his leg was tragically run over. The worker was untying a heavy steel coil when it suddenly began to shift and fall. Realizing the immediate danger, he panicked and quickly ran away from the area in an attempt to escape the falling load. Two workers were holding a wooden panel, while another worker was shifting the panels one by one. As he moved more and more panels, the combined weight became too heavy for the two workers to manage, causing the stack to topple and fall to the ground. Fortunately, everyone stepped back in time, and no one was injured in the incident.
Oh my God!
Big some sense of her own.
You good?
Great victory there.
I can't get out.
Are you okay? Are you okay?
You may be wondering why she is unable to get up. The reason is that when she jumped, her back landed directly on the concrete, fracturing her spine and causing paralysis in her lower body. What was meant to be less than a minute of fun has tragically left her confined to a wheelchair for the rest of her life. Watching this video, you might wonder what happened to the crocodile. Sadly, the crocodile became completely frozen due to the extreme cold. What a tragic ending for this animal. This video was recorded in Russia. This video, recorded in India, shows a worker being pulled into a machine while loading raw materials. You can see that half of his body remains outside the machine. A group of people was having dinner at a restaurant when, during food preparation, the gas they were using suddenly exploded, causing a massive fire that engulfed the area in less than 2 seconds. Fortunately, they were extremely lucky, and no one was injured in this unexpected incident. A group of foxes entered the backyard of a house and began attacking a raccoon. However, they had picked the wrong target. The raccoon fought back fiercely, and even 5 foxes were unable to defeat it. After a few moments, the foxes gave up, and the raccoon managed to escape the scene. And here's another video showing a group of foxes attacking a dog. Unlike the raccoon, the dog was not as brave. The foxes suddenly ambushed the dog and dragged it into a dark area. Do you think the dog managed to survive this terrifying attack? Share your thoughts in the comments. While taking a sharp turn, this truck flipped onto its side, instantly crushing a car. People walking nearby saw the accident and rushed to help the driver. They managed to open the car door, and the driver was able to step out unharmed. This incident makes you wonder about the safety standards of the car.